Good morning. Happy Saturday. It's Columbus Day. I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and us and our family, we get together every Saturday morning and we talk about the joys of living in Mexico. And we got a hot show for you today. We got a lot of topics to cover. We got a lot of video clips to share. We had the secret glasses working this week. We had some challenging times. I thought I was going to get killed this week. I'm going to show that video clip, and it's not from something that you would ever suspect. We got Holly in the background over here. She says, "Hi, everybody. It's almost Christmas time." She's been back and forth to the North Pole. We got a lot of people joining us this morning. We got William Mustache Stone Man. Who knows where he is? I know he was in Pueblo like a week ago. Char Williams is in the house. Good morning, Char. And notice how everybody wishes everyone a fine hello. Nancy is in the house saying hola to todo amigos. And if you've been on a planet somewhere you don't speak any Spanish, amigos means friends. We are all friends in here. Buck is in the house. Oh, the joys of living in Mexico. Smash up the likes. Yeah, baby. Click the like button. Yeah. Mary Jane is here on time. Last week, Mary Jane showed up. I was getting ready to sign off. We got Johnny Williams in the house. Buenos dias, Bill. ¿Cómo estás? Peace and blessings to you, mi amigo. Oh, it's great to see all these people showing up. Dora Ray, hello. In Mexico, we are not celebrating Columbus Day anymore. That's funny. Lenora Wilson in the house. Ray Garcia, great to see you in the house on a day trip to Santa Fe, New Mexico. Oh, that brings back memories of a Dionne Warwick song. I can't sing it. I love to sing, but I don't want to hit with no copyright infringement. Do you know the way to San Jose? And apparently Ray knows the way. Steve in Kansas City. Ola Day here and there both. Love you, man. Thank you so much. And Temple Moore in the house. Ola Temple looking good as usual. We got Doc in the house. Bill, checking into the channel this morning. I'm back in Atlanta from Ajijic, going back in the spring to Chapala to stay for good. I have some comments about the real estate market in Ajijic and what's been going on there in the last year and a half to 2 years. I have a lot of comments on that. I may make a video on that soon. I've been talking about it, but we'll talk about that later. Bill, you must visit Puebla ASAP. Okay, Mr. Mustache. Okay, I just cranked it up on my list. Axel Foley is in the house. How is the weather over there? That is an excellent question. The weather this week, I'm going to say, first of all, let me show you guys like where I'm living. For those of you that have no clue what's going on, this is kind of what it looks like where I live this morning. This morning, there are no clouds. The sky is totally blue. That's the view from my front window. I can look out the window. I'm seeing that now as we go live. This is my neighborhood. I'm going to say it was raining almost every day for about a month. It wouldn't rain all day. I think maybe a day or two it rained all day. but they said it was going to stop raining, and they said it would not rain for about 6 months. It stopped raining about 4 or 5 days ago. In fact, it was Wednesday it stopped raining. Then it started to get chilly outside. And I'm going to tell you, man, this is a little different coming from Mazatlan, where it was hot and humid. Right now in Mazatlan, it's hot and humid. But here it's getting chilly at night. I got gloves on. I really should put on like a hat or something because my head's cold because I ain't got no hair. But it's a little chilly at night. I'm going on a shopping spree this week and get some more hoodies and a winter coat. Morelia weather, it's going to get more chilly, but at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, it will be 70, 72 degrees, zero humidity. So the daytime is fabulous, but you got to wear some super clothes. So you don't, my feet are cold right now. I have on 2 pairs of socks, but I still love it. I still love Morelia. It's fantastic. I have a lot to say. She thinks so. She speaks. Ola, happy to be here. Thankfully, there was no damage in Merida from Hurricane Milton. Wow. That area got hit with 2 major hurricanes, and bless all the people. Oh, I can't imagine getting smashed with a hurricane. You living in the street, living under a trash bag or something like that. You got kids and parents, and bless all of those people. All of you people, be well. Good morning, my new neighbor in Morelia somewhere. Liston Henry, right on. Hold on a second. The home price in Ahihic are off the chain, and they're higher than a mofo. And for you people that don't know what mofo means, over at billthegeek.org FAQs, I got some acronyms for what black people mean when they say mofo. Mofo, yeah. Oh, yeah, and I've been saying it. I've been saying it for 2 years now. The prices in Ahihic are crazy. The Americans have gone in there and they've priced their own properties out of the market. In the last year and a half, 2 years, people are hesitant to buy homes there because what they're selling a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom with no windows, no doors, and that's going to cost you $1 million. Yeah, they priced themselves right off of the market chain. And I mean, it's an okay place. I had breakfast with 2 subscribers this week. One, and let me say this. I've told a lot of people, if you're moving to Mexico, a place you want to start out in, if you don't speak Spanish, maybe is Ahihic. And I've been kind of pulling back on that because it's such a homogeneous community. I mean, it's a lot of senior citizens, a lot of older white people with gray hair. Everywhere you go, it's like a science fiction movie. Very cliquey, very pro-Trump, some of them. And you can get you can get claustrophobic real fast. But one guy that I had breakfast with this week, he felt the same way. He said he was there for a month just this year, and the clickiness was really turning him off. He said, but with a strong but, he said if you're moving to Mexico, you might want to check out Ahihic for a few months just to get a feel for somewhat Mexico with people that speak English so that you can ask questions. But I mean, but the prices have gone out of this world. The people that have created the environment there, they think it's San Francisco or Carmel, and it's not. And now people are paying the price for that. Okay, now let me back off. Farmers and agriculture needs rain. We love the rain. I love the rain. Nothing better than it can rain every day, all year. I love rain. And there are these in traveling, I'm on the bus, and there are these signs all over this area within 300 miles, and it says, without the rain, there are no forests. And forest, that's where we get our air. We love the rain. And look who's here, none other than the one, the only Brian Pretty Boy Maiden in the house. Still hurting from my new fall I had last Sunday. Damn, it hurts when you fall, mostly when you bang your head on the door. Good, Brian, you get well. You get well. Hang in there, dude. Time heals all wounds. That's what the treasurer at a high school I was at, Helen Kelsey. Some girl broke my heart, and I was headed to suicide. And she told me, Bill, little Billy, time heals all wounds. So you just take care of yourself. And we got Jamie in the house. Good morning, Jamie and Doc. Thank you for the super sticker to help me pay my rent, buy some tacos. And Matt Brazelton, good morning, one. Bill, can't wait. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you for a few weeks, Matt. And we're not going to go down football road too much at all today. But today, the Oregon team, whatever they are, played the Ohio State Buckeyes. It's number 2 versus number 3. And we're going to see who is made of what. And I'm nervous, but Ohio State got a great quarterback. They got some star receivers. We're going to see, Matt, what's going to go down. That happens at 5:30 my time this afternoon, and I will be checking it out if I can. And Jamie in Canada contributing to the channel. He's up in Canada. He's moving all his stuff down here, selling his house, selling his car, trying to get it all together. He was coming down in October, wanted to make the move manageable, so he moved it back to January, but he's coming down. Thank you for contributing to the channel. Temple Moore. Desert weather here is nutty this year. High of 95 today, but drops to a high of 74 next Saturday. Where are you, Temple? SP, in your estimation, where in Mexico, other than beach communities, are the real estate prices exploding? Maybe Querétaro. Anywhere you have a large number of Canadians or Americans, that is where the population, that is where the real estate prices are going up. But Mexico, my new rule of thumb is if you have heard of a city, if you have heard of a city in Mexico, if you have heard of Puerto Vallarta, if you have heard of Acapulco, if you have heard of Mazatlan, if you have heard of Ajijic, if you have heard of this city, that's where the prices are going to be high. If you haven't heard of the city, that is where prices are going to be reasonable. And I had never heard of Morelia until maybe 2 years ago. I've been here 18 years. I just heard of Morelia, but my rent as of today, the peso has steadied out. The value is still what it's been doing before it skyrocketed. But like my rent is like $461 a month as of this morning. I live in an 8-unit apartment. There are many wealthy people that live in this apartment building. They're driving Mercedes, BMWs, Audis. I can see their cars in the parking garage downstairs. And the prices in Morelia, because there aren't a lot of expats here, are extremely reasonable for apartment rentals, for home sales, but people have not heard of Morelia. So the prices are good here. Okay, now let's continue, see what's going on down here. We got people. If you're new here, I'm Bill the Geek, and this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. We're broadcasting live. Let me show you another drone clip of my neighborhood. Here we go. This is where I live. Yeah, this is looking out my front window. Woo-hoo. Yeah, look at that. That is an ecological park. My building is one of those buildings at the very back, right under the very green mountains that come from all of the rain that we've had. And look at it. Isn't that beautiful? Don't you want to live here? I wake up in the morning and I look out the window, and this is what I see: mountains and beautiful homes. And the funny thing about Morelia is I have not heard hardly any nighttime sounds. No loud music, no big parties. When I was in Mazatlan, I was living 3 blocks from the beach, and they had big resort hotels, like 5 of them, a few blocks away from where I lived. And they had super loud music. It would start at 10 and would go until 4 a.m. every night for 2 years. Super loud music every night from 10 to 4 a.m. And if I woke up in the middle of the night and there was no music, then I knew it was after 4 a.m. It was terrible. Here in Morelia, I've been here almost 4 months now, and I never, ever hear terrible loud music. But I get up in the morning, I'm still doing my walk, and this is my street. And in the center, you'll see the mountains. Like I'm up 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning. I walk up and down this hill for an hour, 5 days a week. And I'm walking down the hill. It was kind of hard. You can see the mountains back there. That's how I start my day. And I tell you what, for you people that don't work out, maybe you're trying to lose some weight or stay in shape. Walking is so easy to do. And when I first started walking here, it was difficult going up, down, up, down. I do it 7 times. That's about 7 kilometers, which is about 5 miles. And I live up here on the 4th floor, so to speak. And this, after 3.5, 4 months, now when I walk up the steps to get to my apartment door, I'm not even breathing hard anymore. It's like I'm getting in shape. I'm feeling healthier and healthier every single day. Okay, let's see what's going on now. Here we go. Rusty Hill. What's happening, Rusty Hill? Good morning. I've been living in Chiapas for 13 years. I am now preparing to move to the Chapala, southern Guadalajara area next year. I'm going to tell you, Rusty. You know, uh, I don't know a lot about anything. I'm just here. I get on some buses. I go around to places. I don't know anything. I do some research. I've learned some history, but I would never tell anybody to move to the Chapala, southern Guadalajara area. I would, I one of these subscribers that I went to breakfast with, she spent a month in Guadalajara. Now she's here in Morelia, and I compare Guadalajara to Los Angeles. My sister lives in Los Angeles. My second wife was born and raised in Los Angeles. I've spent a lot of time in Los Angeles. I would never, ever tell anybody to live in Los Angeles. And Guadalajara is a lot like Los Angeles. It has so much to offer. It's a world-class city, but there are just too many people there. The traffic is terrible. The air quality is terrible. And it's so spread out. I mean, they have wonderful plazas downtown. They have a great zoo. They have some great parks. But I mean, I lived there for 3 or 4 years. I have no desire to go to Guadalajara at all. I don't think I'll ever go back. Axel Foley, Bill, as an American living in Mexico, do you mail your absentee ballot to the American Embassy in Mexico? How does that work? What I did was, I'm a registered voter. I'm not going to say where, but I am a registered voter in this place in the United States. And what I did was I contacted in that city, I contacted the League of Women Voters there, and I talked with a real person, and she told me everything to do, and I had to send her some information electronically, and she set me up with a ballot, and I filed my ballot online, if I'm not mistaken, and then I sent this person with the League of Women Voters my ballot via DHL, and she got it. I'm good to go. That's how I got that done. Autumn Green in the house. We haven't seen you in months and months. Autumn Green, where you been? And Mary Jane is contributing to the channel. Thank you so much. Super sticker. Dominique, good morning, Bill and everyone. Me and Dominique, we had breakfast this week. I think it was Sunday. We had breakfast Sunday. And she's a world traveler, a professional, very informed, intelligent person. We had a super conversation, and she is exploring Mexico in what I would say is the great way to do it. She's going to a place, spending a couple of weeks, spending a month, going to a different place, spend a couple of weeks, spend a month, get the feel of things. And the last thing she said, we're going to have one more breakfast. She's going to Guanajuato, I think. I think she's going to Guanajuato next month, which was my second pick. It would be my first pick. But the prices in Guanajuato were just a little bit more expensive than here in Morelia. But great to see you, and look forward to seeing you a week from Sunday for another fabulous breakfast. The Buck, I'm riding with my alumni. Go Buffs! And the Buffs, they're 4-1 right now. Good luck, Dion, Rusty. That is really nice. I would love living there. I'm telling you, Rusty, I'm going to say 2 people asked me, this week, 2 people this week asked me, how do you like Morelia? And I shut up. I shut up and I just let my mind think about what is the answer to that question? What is the answer to that question? How do I like Morelia? And and both times I scanned my brain. Scan the brain. Let me scan the brain again. Then the answer hit. I couldn't think of anything negative to say. I love Morelia. It's awesome. It is the bomb. I love it here. Yeah, I love Morelia. Not so much not for sure, not Guadalajara. I was happy in Puerto Vallarta. I didn't know any better. Okay, I got a lot to do. Look who's here, David, my new neighbor, David. We got to get together for breakfast. Yes, it is. David lives in town. Out of the blue, I mentioned Morelia like 2 or 3 years ago. Next thing, my phone was ringing. It was David. We talked for about an hour. We got to get together for some breakfast. Morning all. Ola from Delaware. Helen, tell Joe Biden hello. One of the subscribers I had, his name is Ted. We had breakfast Wednesday. And Ted is a dynamo. He has 2 more years before retirement. Like Dominique, he has traveled throughout Mexico. When he's on vacation, he picks different cities. He suggested Puebla. He said, Bill, you got to go to Puebla, just like William Mustache. I forget your last name right now, but anyway, I'm trying to figure out. So he owns properties in Baltimore and Delaware, and he said he lives close to where Joe Biden lives, and he says sometimes he'll see Joe Biden jogging with a bunch of Secret Service people with him, or riding his bicycle with a bunch of Secret Service people with him, whatever. And now look who's here, Angela Morris. Look, hey, girl. It's good to be here one more time. Great to see you here. And Mimi. Oop. Right on, Mimi. Scorpio. Uh-oh. Rush Shrewsbury in the house. Bill, what is the coldest night you've had so far? I'm going to say maybe it was 50, if that. Not bad, not bad. I tell you what, I spent a few nights in Durango, which is inland up in the mountains, and it was down to 32 there at night, but then 10, 11 o'clock, it's 70 degrees. Ola's Jim Foster Real Estate in the house. Buenos dias to you. Can you really set up a mailbox service in another U.S. state while living in Mexico to lessen taxes from your home state? If you have an imagination, anything can be done. And that's why so many companies incorporate in the state of Delaware. Like these people, they're actually located in Mississippi, but they incorporate in the state of Delaware. It's got to kind of be like that. Okay, it cost me $55 to send my absence seat through DHL. Yes, to send stuff to the United States when I file my taxes. And for those of you that are on Social Security, if you're down here, you have to send in that form. I think it's called like 7043, something like that. Once a year, you have to send that in to let them know that you are alive, or they will cut off your Social Security. I send that sucker in once a year. DHL cost me $55 to send that in. DHL, $55 to file my taxes. $55. Yeah. Okay. Dominique, yes, I like to travel slowly and off the beaten track, bouncing from one place to the next every few days or so is exhausting. And if I'm not mistaken, Dominique, in our conversation, at some point, one of us, no, you said, how can you get to know any place in a few days, in a week? And I think I said it's like 2 weeks. And, for these world travelers, they go somewhere for a week, go somewhere for a week, go somewhere for I've been to Paris. Okay, I've been to here, I've been to there. And I spent 2 days in Morocco. What can you learn about a place unless you stay there for a while and meet the people and see what's really going on? William Stoneman, arrangements made for the month of January in Ahihique. Looking forward to our return to our Airbnb. And it gets chilly in Ahihique. Look who's here. Then the Tooth Fairy. Buenos dias. I am sorry. Oh, Tooth Fairy, it doesn't matter when you show up. We are just happy to see you here, Tooth Fairy. And I want to do breakfast. Tooth Fairy lives here. I don't know if she's in Vegas right now. Are you back in town? Let me know if you're back in town, because I'm going to breakfast Monday with someone. I think she's from the islands. That's what her voice sounds like. She wants to contact you. Whatever. Let me know where you are. Marilyn Peoples. Hey, Marilyn. Haven't heard till now. I have no clue what that means. Angela Mariner, do you get sunrise or sunset? In this part of the world, we have sunrise and sunset. In the morning, the sun rises, and in the evening, the sun sets. This is not Alaska. Okay, Rusty Hill, my daughter wants to go to a good quality bilingual school. Money is no object, so I figure the rural community near the Chapala zone. They have many quality schools and a quality form of life here in Morelia. Morelia has some of the best educational institutions in Mexico. Woo-hoo. Okay, we got a lot to cover. We got a lot to cover today. Yeah, Prez Joe lives down the road a piece from me. I thought so. Otherwise, a rural hacienda and a condo near the best school in Guadalajara would be my preference. I cannot live in a big city, but I can live near one. Okay. Have you been to Cuernavaca? It's closer to you than Puebla and historically known as City of Flowers. I was just reading about that the other day, and no, Steve, I have not been there. Okay, folks, this was a really freaky trip I took this week. I went to a Pueblo Magico, and that's where I met Holly. There's Holly right there. I just bought her like a week ago, and I'm still trying to figure out the name of this Pueblo. It's called Taupuhahua. 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 Okay, and it's Christmas town. And that video did very well. That video got I put that video up like last Monday. It got like 1,500 hits, which is okay. That did pretty good. But a taxi driver told me about that town, but he also told me about a town called Santa Fe de Laguna. So I went to Santa Fe de Laguna. And let me show you where that is on the map. On the right-hand side, under the Bill the Geek logo, you can see Morelia there. On the left-hand side of the map, that is Lake Pátzcuaro. Lake Pátzcuaro. And that the city of Pátzcuaro, which is fabulous. I did a video on that like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Fabulous place. And right above Santa Fe, right above Pátzcuaro, you can see Santa Fe de la Laguna. I'll try to zoom in. Let's put the lake in the middle. And so you can see it right there in the middle of the map. Santa Fe de la Laguna. And it's about a 1-hour bus ride from Morelia. And I took Route 15. You can see El Tigre right here. I didn't stop there. But we went through, and you're going to see the video where I go through Quiroga. And I would like to go back there. We just took the bus right through there. It looked like a big city. I'd never heard of it. But Santa Fe de la Laguna was very interesting. I was at that church, got the drone out, got some good drone shots, and some very interesting things happened to me when I was there. The trip was a shocker. It was a shocking trip. Let's get to some videos. Mary Jane, I agree about spending a good amount of time when picking a long-term destination. I totally agree with you. Gary, good morning, Bill. Thank you, Gary, for loving the channel. Cuernavaca has a large foreign community. To me, it is big city-ish. I don't like big city-ish. Right on, Rusty. Mary Jane, some of us only have a week or so for vacation. Yeah, you got to go with what you got. So here we go. Let's get started on this trip. Okay, so here I am. I'm in the bus station. This is in Morelia. And there was only one bus line. It's called Flecha Armeria. Flecha Armeria. That was the only bus line that went from Morelia. There's a name right there. Flecha Armeria. That means yellow arrow. And it was the only bus line. No, there was another one too. I think it was called Omnibus. Yellow Arrow. The Yellow Arrow bus line leaves for Santa Fe de la Laguna every hour. And okay, so let me see. So let's see. And here's a picture of the bus right here. This is inside the Morelia bus station, and that is the Yellow Arrow bus line. And that's what the Flecha Amarilla. Flecha is arrow, Amarilla is yellow. So, I get out there, I'm waiting on the bus to show up. They don't have a bathroom on this bus. I sit in the front row. I can see the bus driver right in front of me. And I have kind of a good view, seeing that I'm right in front. And it's around 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting ready for this trip. And here's Bill the Geek and look, hardly anybody's on the bus. Just me in my new Spy sunglasses, getting ready for this trip. It was the freak of the week trip. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 people on the bus were, let's hide everything. Oh yeah, I'm ready for the trip. Let's talk about something annoying just for a second. I mean, we get on the bus, we go for about 4 minutes out of the bus station. Then we stop here and we wait here for like 20 minutes for other people to get on the bus at this corner, which was kind of annoying. It's a 1-hour bus drive, but 20 minutes of it was waiting on people to get on the bus at this street corner. So, okay, that's okay. That's okay. The video clips get better here shortly. So I get on the bus and we're going to go to first, we'll go through El Tigre, then to Quiroga. And I think that bus actually goes all the way through to Santa Fe de la Laguna. But the bus company didn't tell me that. So I took a taxi from Quiroga into Santa Fe. That cost me like $3. And that was okay. The taxi driver was very kind and wonderful. Kind and wonderful. Young guy. So, and here's okay. This is in Quiroga. And there's my yellow bus. I get off the yellow bus. I'm going to turn that off and turn this back on. Something you'll find happening a lot in Mexico. Look at that guy with the stuff. He's got stuff. So the bus will stop and him and maybe a few other people, once you get on the bus, he'll walk up and down the aisle. He may be selling tacos, tamales, or sandwiches. And here's the taxi that I'm going to take. And there's my taxi driver to get me to Santa Fe de la Laguna. And I don't want to go through these video clips too quickly, but here we are in Quiroga, something like that. And as we go by this corner, oh, come on. Why did I put this clip in here? We're going through now. What you're going to see now is pretty freaky. Hold on to your hats now. What you're going to see now, I'm going to say is freaky deaky. It's a freaky deaky thing. But if you live in Mexico, this is something that can really disrupt your day. Okay? Because the traffic really slows down. The traffic comes to a stop. And so I tell the taxi driver, I say, wow, there's a lot of traffic. And this is all in Spanish. There's a lot of traffic. Like, what's going on? Because it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. He says, oh, somebody died. And they're having the funeral. Somebody died and they're having the funeral right now. So I stick my cell phone out of the window, and this is what you see out of the window. This is the main street in Quiroga, the main drag. This is what you're going to see. Here we go. Hold on to your seat. Watch this. Here we go. So I say, what's going on? Why are we stopping? Why is the traffic? Look over there on the left-hand side, and there's the hearse, but the body isn't even in the hearse. Here comes the body right here. And they got a band, people with tubas and stuff, and people just walk, and they're going to walk all the way to the cemetery. Yep, there you go. And that has traffic stopped both ways down the main street of the town. Welcome to Mexico. I've seen that happen hundreds of times. It's always a trip. And Dave, who lives here in Morelia with Maria, his wife, he said, yeah, if you ever see a funeral, walk the other way, because sometimes the people that got, sometimes the person that got killed is like a gang member, and then the other gang comes to the funeral to kill other people. And so Dave says, whenever you see a funeral, walk the other way. But that was kind of freaky deaky, I thought. But let's go back to comments and see what's going on over here. Okay, now let's see what's going on. Okay, we got a bunch of comments here. I'm scrolling, I'm looking. We got, oh, man. Okay, Tooth Fairy, I'll be back home in 24 hours. Can't wait to come home. I'm very homesick. I think Tooth Fairy's in Vegas right now at a gun show. She must be a gun freak. I will let you know when I return, Bill. Hasta luego. That's funny. I tell you what, when you live in Mexico and you go back to the United States, you are ready to come back. I love Mexico. It's fabulous. It's so peaceful here, and the people are so loving. I mean, but listen to her. She's been in the United States like 2 weeks. She can't wait to get out of there. There's a reason for that. Travel Spanish with Claire. Taking the bus is always an adventure, and this adventure gets better. I haven't shown you the adventure part of this story yet. Dominique, hi, Bill. Do you buy your tickets ahead of time or at the station? That is an excellent question. Okay. I never buy my tickets online. My neighbor Pam in Mazatlan, she bought her bus tickets online, and it was a sham. And she had to buy her tickets again at the bus station. Fortunately, bus tickets in Mexico don't cost that much money. Okay, now, first of all, so I never buy my bus tickets online. Do I buy them ahead of time? Sometimes I do. If I'm taking I'm going to say a long trip, and maybe it's going to be 5-10 hours, and it might cost 1,000 pesos, 1,200 pesos. That's like $60. Well, then I would want to use my senior citizens discount card. The thing with the senior citizens discount card is they only have a maximum number of people that can take the discount on a bus. I don't know what the number is. I think it might be 5 or 6 or something. And you have to remember, it's not just gringos like me using our discount cards, but this is Mexico. So most of the people that have discount cards are Mexicans. Isn't that funny? Okay, right? So if I'm taking a long trip, it's going to be $30. I might go to the bus station a couple of 3 days ahead of time to take advantage of my senior citizen discount card. Okay, now, but usually if I'm taking a trip, I just show up at the bus station, about 30 minutes before the bus. A lot of times I don't even know when the bus is going to leave. I have found that many times online information, bus schedules are not accurate. So I just show up at the bus station and take my chances as far when the buses are going to leave. That's what I do. Rick, hello, good morning. Just found this channel. I moved here to Colima, Mexico in June of 2023. Love it here. Yes, Rick, I did a video about Colima about 2 years ago. There's Comila, and then the sister city, Comala. And I spent about a week in Comala and did a tour through Colima wonderful places. I prefer Comala to Colima. They're right next to each other. Colima, population about 143,000 people. Loved it there. I could live in Comala. Prices were excellent. People were very friendly. I loved it there. Okay. Bill, I'm laughing so hard. Good for you. I'm glad you're joining us today. And for those of you watching the replay, if you're getting a laugh out of this, you're getting some joy, click the donate button. Donate $2, $5, $10. It helps me travel and buy tacos, a couple of cervezas here and there. Rusty Hill, the Colima volcano scares me. Yeah. In my video, we do a tour of the volcano, and the volcano smokes all day. Now this has been on my mind for a couple of weeks now. When I first visited Mexico, my second trip to Mexico was a 1-week Cancun vacation. So I was reading the history of the Mayan culture, and the Mayan culture lasts for about 11,000 years. There's a beginning and an end. And so this is like 35 years ago. I'm reading about the Mayan culture, and the Mayan culture, now this is 35 years ago. The Mayan culture said that the world, according to their calendar, at the time when I was reading this 35 years ago, it said that the world was going to come to an end in 2024. I just remembered this like a couple of three weeks ago. And 35 years ago, 2024 is like, that's like a non-existent year. It's like, so what? 2024, I ain't going to be alive when it's 2024. But that's just what I read in that book 35 years ago. I'm just saying. That's all I can say. Hola, Char, buenos dias to you, mi amiga. Hola, Rusty. That scares me. Rick. Colima does have a volcano, but I think you always think you're okay until you see hot lava running down the hill and everybody's running. When you hear a bunch of people yelling and screaming, and all of a sudden you feel a lot of heat, woo! Oh, then your mind changes. I'm eager to report I purchased my spy glasses, and they arrived yesterday. After a few test runs, I should be ready to create some content. Thanks, Bill and fam, for the tip. I really like these glasses, and I thank Char Williams for kind of pushing me to get the job done. I'm figuring out how they work. They're reliable. They cost $52, but I think I am going to upgrade. I'm going to wait maybe 3 or 4 months and upgrade to some glasses that have a gimbal. That would mean a stabilization. They have a stabilization mechanism so that they don't bounce when I walk. But I think those are going to cost me somewhere between $200 and $400, and that are 4K. My drone is 4K. The video never disappoints me. So whatever. Okay. Rusty Hill. That was a nice bus station. We don't have stations like that in Chiapas. It is like we are the end of the world. I'm getting lonely down here. That's funny. Yeah, the Morelia bus station is fabulous, and that's another one of the joys of living in Mexico, seeing how cities and bus stations can be very different. With that, okay, Sharon. What city are all those colorful buildings in, please? That's Morelia. If I think, that's Morelia. Rudy Clemens, hola. Have a great day, Rudy. Always great to see you in the house. He is in Mazatlan with his lovely wife, Sheila. A Mexican funeral procession. Yep. Same here in Colima, Maryland. Peoples meant view sunset or sunset view. That video, that drone shot was shot. Let me think about that. That was around 10 o'clock in the morning. I've never seen it in person. You've never seen what in person? I visited months at a time, 22 Mexican cities. Right on, girl. That funeral procession is what they do in NOLA. Just a closer walk with thee. Okay. I used to live in Tapachula. It has 4 active volcanoes and lots of quakes. When hiking in the jungle, we came across smoky volcanic vents spewing out stuff. Yeah, that's some funny stuff, huh? Rusty, yes, that colorful building photo is a great one. I like it. People saying hello, hablamos pronto. That means we'll talk soon. Hey, Bill, Maria and I have been to Quiroga just to get the carnitas, pulled pork. It's delicious. Next time you go, you should check it out. I'm going back to Quiroga because the place looked huge. I've never heard anybody talk about it, and I bet the cost of living there is very affordable. Or some people would say cheap. Rudy, I was in the States 3 days and I was ready to go back. He lives in Mazatlan. He's lived in Mazatlan only about 3 years now. He loves it. He goes back for medical stuff and family in the United States. I'm telling you, man, if you come down and live in Mexico for a while, people ask me all the time, when are you going back to the United States to visit your family? Do you go back to the United States to visit your friends? Are you ready to go back to the United States? When are you going back? I say, never. I'm never going back. I don't want to visit. I don't want to step a toe in the United States. No, thank you. Rick, I was tired of hopping over homeless heroin addicts on the side in California, but here in Colima, Mexico, over a year and a half, and I've not seen any homeless people or doing drugs in public. And that's another funny thing about living in Mexico. Let's say when I lived in Puerto Vallarta, yeah, I'd go out and party. I don't do it anymore, but I used to go out and party till like 6 o'clock in the morning. And it was a good time. I had a good time in Puerto Vallarta. But sometimes I would be walking home in Puerto Vallarta, and the next day it'd be like 9 o'clock in the morning, and you'd see somebody effed up, sleeping on the sidewalk. They're all dressed up like they've been partying all night. They have nice shoes on. And they're laying down, face down on the sidewalk. You can see their wallet sticking out of their back pocket, and they're just sleeping. And nobody bothered. They're not heroin addicts or drug addicts. They're just too drunk to walk home. And they can lay there all night. Nobody bothers them. They feel comfortable just sleeping right there on the sidewalk. I've seen that many times. Okay, now, and there's my ex-neighbor, Pamela Rogers. I think she's in Guadalajara now. Who knows? She was my next door neighbor in Mazatlan for 2 years. I'll try to call you again. Jumping over heroin addicts. I think we got there. Pamela Rogers. Bill, I just got back to Lawn, and I miss you. Miss you too, Pam. That was fun. I would see Pam every day because to get to the elevator, she had to walk by my apartment door, and I kept my apartment door open all of the time. because I had great views through the apartment door and a great breeze also. So if she had to get to the elevator, she had to walk by my door and say hello. So I'd see her on the way out and on the way back a couple of times a day. I live in Villa del Alvarez near Comala. Very good. I'm back to M.A. Mazatlan, really? You are right. It is better to make your bus and combi decisions on the spot. Also, I never tell anyone my final destination when asking questions. I like to talk to the drivers first about the route. Yeah, man, taking the bus is very strange. Bill, I'm back. TY, thank you. Okay, the volcano near Puebla is always brewing. Puebla is a nice surprise. Rick, I now want to visit Morelia. Comala, Colima, very nice places, but the temperatures are warmer. But I'm finding that this Morelia fall winter that is coming is going to be very chilly at night, and I'm going to make a trip. I have to go out and get some winter clothes. I have to buy some more hoodies. Mimi, I may have met Rudy and Sheila when I was in Mazatlan at an Italian restaurant. Cool beans, Buck. Nice haircut. I always notice when you get a fresh haircut, because I'm a retired hairstylist, I cut my own hair. And the Taylor Swift lyric, blank space, comes to mind every time I go out. I miss you. Thank you. Thank you so much, my neighbor, Pamela Rogers. What are spy glasses? I guess I'm out of the loop. Okay, William Mustache Stone Man, let me put on my spy glasses. I want to hum the theme song to 007, but it's copyrighted, so I'm not going to cause any problems. But these William Mustache Stone Man are my new spy glasses. They're chargeable. I have a memory card right here. It's a 32 gig memory card. I recharge with a USB port. I transfer. I can take videos and I can take images. There are two buttons up here. This button that you really can't see the buttons, but where am I? Okay, this button over here, I hold it down to turn the thing on. And then this same button, I push it again and it starts taking video. I can turn this on and it'll take videos for 40 minutes with the audio and the visual. The audio is pretty good. The visual is not bad, but you can't move your head like this. You can't be looking around like this. That's not going to be good. You can turn it on, but don't move your head or things are going to get real blurry. Okay, so that's it. So I turn it on, take some videos, don't move my head. And these glasses are really good for when you don't want people to get nervous, they're doing something weird. I'm gonna show you some weird stuff in a couple of minutes that without these glasses, because you got to be in somebody's face. I can be in somebody's face. They don't know I'm recording them. Okay. So anyway, I can get 40 minutes, but if I'm turning it on and off, I'm taking like 2 minutes here. I turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. And then I have a recharger in my backpack. I can recharge them. These are my spy glasses. Yes. Okay, Luke Rogers. Oaxaca City has all very colorful buildings. Thank you, Luke. Rick, Michoacan has the best carnitas. Okay, I got to get back to some of these video clips here. Okay, now here we are driving through Quiroga. They had, let me turn off that. That was video 9. Let me turn off that comment. Let's go back here, go to video 9. Here we're driving through Quiroga, and I was super surprised that, this is just blocks and blocks and blocks of shops. And I'm curious what the population here is. But just blocks. I bet you can buy stuff really inexpensive. And look at that street right there. That must go out for like 20 blocks into the mountains. And you can hear the man selling tamales outside of my apartment right now. He's very annoying. There you go. Just shops and shops. There's another street, shops. And I bet you can rent a really nice apartment in this town for between 3,000 to 4,000 pesos a month. I bet this is a very inexpensive community. Lots of places to eat. And here is the sign. And look at the little kids. They're on their school bus, on their school motorcycle, and there is the sign for the city, Quiroga. I got to go back there just to do a video on it. The place was huge. Look at that giant, beautiful green plaza. Okay, so now we're going to go at that point I was in the taxi. The taxi is going to drop me off at the plaza. And this plaza was a little different than any plaza I have ever visited in Mexico. And this was, I think it was Wednesday. No, this was Tuesday. This is a Tuesday. It's about 11 o'clock. And this is where the spy glasses really help. Because the shot you're going to see now, I really wouldn't want to take this shot with my iPhone. I really wouldn't want to walk up to what you're about to see with my iPhone, because then I look like a gringo tourist. But with my spy glasses, I can get this shot and nobody freaks out. Here we go. So check this out. This says they're selling, I don't know if this is beef or pork, right out on the street. Notice no refrigeration units. I haven't seen that since I was in Mexico about 50 years ago. And the population, this town is not a giant city, but the people were extremely friendly. So you can buy all, and of course they have their vegetables out on the street, people selling clothing, but a very small plaza. And there you go. There's a Walmart right there if you want your pants. So you can go to the plaza, get some pants, lots of dogs just hanging out, fresh vegetables. And of course, there is the cathedral. Now this is walking across the plaza, and look at the dogs sleeping in the streets. A lot of these dogs have no homes, but the people feed them and they share love with them. But what always cracks me up is in the middle, and look, the yellow corn over there for sale. In the middle of every town, right off the plaza, is the Spanish built these giant cathedrals. And I try to think back, well, what if I was what if I was indigenous and it was the year 1700 and I lived in the mountains and they had this big cathedral? I mean, those cathedrals must have looked like, today a 50-story skyscraper. All this beautiful plaza surrounding the church with super high ceilings and beautiful paintings inside. That had to be like it had to be like a vision. If you were indigenous in the year 1700, sure, I'd sign up too. I'd sign up. I'd give them gold. I'd give them lots of gold. But here is the chapel from the outside view with the drone view. I went inside. I'm going to put out this video probably tomorrow or Monday. I will, in the video, I go inside the church. Beautiful, lots of space for the parishioners. But you can see, and I didn't ask around like what are rentals like here. How much is? I saw some fabulous. You're going to see me take a walk here, and the walk is freaky, but I'm going to take it. But I saw some beautiful 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom houses. But this is the town surrounded by mountains, and it is right on Lake Potscuro. There's Lake Potscuro right there. I did a video on that town about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and with the drone I could see where the lake was. The drone helped me find the lake. But I bet you could buy a home or rent an apartment here for 4,000 pesos a month. I bet you could get a nice place here with Wi-Fi, good everything. And I do have a shot inside the church. I always love to see these giant wooden doors going into the church. And I only saw one church in town, one cathedral, I'm going to say, but they had very nice artwork, all these pews. There you go. The Catholics, or I'm going to say the Spanish, built these things in everywhere throughout Mexico. Okay, so let's go back to chat. I've got a lot more videos coming up here. Okay, here we go. Rick, Michoacan has the best carnitas. Dominique, David. Carnitas. Where can I find good carnitas in Morelia? Woo, girl, you looking for it, aren't you? Rusty, I will never visit or return to the USA again until they remove the fluoride from everything. Ricardo Vegas, mucho pinche tequilas. Okie dokie, see. Crazy Boy Radio, good morning to Crazy Boy Adam San Pancho in the house. Beautiful day in the Pueblo. Good for you, Adam. Right on, V. Gonzalez. Buenos dias, Bill. Here in God's country, still in Bakersfield, California. Okie dokie. DJ Blizzard sounds wonderful. David, Dominique. You can find carnitas in downtown Morelia. I live in Peru. I need those spy glasses. Claire, I guess your name is Claire. Yeah, these spy glasses, Char Williams turned me on to the spy glasses. I love them, but I only spent $52 on them. I'm going to look around. I want 4K. These are not 4K, which is much higher quality video. The videos come in an AVI file format, so I have to convert them to a MOV file format, and to put them on this platform, which is StreamYard, I must go into Camtasia Studio and convert them to an MP4 format. So I want to bypass all of that. So in the next 3 to 4 months, if people contribute to the channel and help me upgrade my spy glasses, I'll be able to get that done. Yes, Virginia. Hola, Virginia. Greetings from Long Island, New York. Do you have a heating system in your apartment? That is so funny. Do you have a heating system? Here it is, right here. You're looking at it. You're looking at it. You can zip it up. You can zip it up. You can zip it down. You can take it off. You can put it on. This is my heating system right here. Yeah, when it's really cold, I got my backup. Let me show you my backup heating system here. Right back here. Here's my backup heating system. This is heating system number 2 right here. If the undershirt and the shirt, if all that don't work, and then that, there's heating system number 2. If we need more heating systems than that, I think it's time to leave town. Crapo, Dr. John is amongst us. Lake check-in from sunny Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Always great to see you in the house. Doc John. Dominique, David. Hey, Bill. Have you shot any video of the cathedral in Morelia? I think I have, but I think that was like a year ago. I have to shoot it again. Claire, why don't I see giant stone cathedrals in New Mexico and Texas and Colorado since the Spanish? Because they didn't have any gold there. Spanish weren't stupid. Ain't no gold there. They left there. They said, we ain't sticking around here. Let's get the heck out of here. So let's get back to some more video clips. Okay, now here we go. Okay. Oh, now here are the side streets in Santa Fe de la Laguna, the side streets. Let me turn off that comment. Here we go. Go back over here. Oh, here we go. Side street. Here we go. So now and notice the dog. Lots of dogs just walking around. People feed the dogs, pet the dogs, say hello to the dogs. Oh no! Did you say? Wait. Let me turn that off. I'm gonna turn this back on. Okay, there's the dog. They have lots and lots of side streets like this. And check out the guy on the bicycle with his Gap T-shirt. That comes from my hometown, Columbus, Ohio, the Les Wexner Company. The Gap, Old Navy. That used to be the Limited. But another dog, lots of side streets, lots of shops. Looks very wonderful and European. Here is another side street. And here I'm not using my glasses. I just have Here's another dog on the left-hand side, just hanging out. Taxis, very, very friendly people. Very quiet place. Lots and lots and lots of shops. Now, so at the end of this road is the main road where I came in on the bus. And so there was a little dirt road there, and I wanted to go to the lake because the taxi driver in Morelia that gave me the name of this city told me to check out the lake in Santa Fe de la Laguna. So I wanted to do that. So in a second, I'm going to show you the walk to the lake. But let's catch up with some comments here. David, I would suggest you get a space heater before it gets cold. Yeah, Dave. And Dave told me that months ago. Yeah, you might want to get a space heater. I'm going to have to take. And he said that so kindly too. Bill, I would suggest you get a space heater. And yay. Yeah, contributing to the channel. Thank you so much. Because a lot of people don't understand that this is how I take trips. This is how I buy spy glasses, upgrade spy glasses, pay for my internet access. Thank you, for contributing to the channel. Thank you so much. Buck, my spy glasses cost about $105 because the pick button and the record button are separated and much easier to use for me because I'm not a techie person. Yeah, on my spy glasses, the video button and the still image buttons are separate. And it only took me like a day of using to get everything figured out. It was good. Hi, Piggybit 5, Ola to you. And I was asking whether the Spanish ever tried to build giant stone cathedrals and zocolos in what was then Spanish and now America. Well, just go to Google and do a search and you'll find the answers to all of your questions, Steve. Okay, so let's go back and watch some more videos. Here we go. Let's go over here to banners. Okay. Oh, let's see now. Oh, hold on a second. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Feel free to donate to the channel. This is how we make a living here at the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. So let's go back over here. Okay, now, so this guy tells me, he says, yeah, you can walk down here and it'll take you right to the lake. Okay, so I'm going to walk down here and here I go. And did you ever see that movie Casino? Did you ever see the movie Casino where the mob takes Joe Pesci and his brother out some little road like this? Then they have a hole out there and they beat him up with shovels and they stick his brother down into a hole and then they cover him up with dirt. Usually I never think like that. I never think, maybe this is not a good idea. Maybe this is not a good idea. But I go down the little road and I'm walking down here a little bit more. This is about a half a mile walk. And over on the left-hand side, there were some beautiful homes. Beautiful homes, but I'm using the iPhone and not spy glasses, so I didn't want to upset anybody because I'm standing right outside their house with my iPhone taking pictures. So Anyway, so here we go. Check this out. So all of a sudden, the trees go away. There is the lake. And all these cows and horses. And a lot of the cows and horses, are in the water. And they're very peaceful. Very peaceful. Not a sound. And you can see houses way over there, right on the lake. There you go. Houses right on the lake. One cow, I'm out there all by myself. One cow actually walked up to me, and he was like, "Who are you? What a beautiful way to live." And I walked some more. There you go. I think that this water is clean. I think you can eat the fish. This is Lake Pátzcuaro. Look at the big white cow. Just beautiful. If you're ambitious, build a house down here, have 5 or 6 kids. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Now, here's the freaky part. Now, I'm going to show you the freaky deaky part of this. Well, this is one of the freakiest parts of this experience. You're going to see it right now. Okay, so I'm just going to run that cows video one more time. One more time. Just look around. I just played this once. I'm going to show it again. Notice that none of the cows are moving. All the cows are just chilled out in the lake or by the lake. Everything is cooler than cool. Okay? And then something happens. And I'm going to tell you what happens in a second here. I'm going to tell you what happens. There was a lot of cow doo-doo, a ton of cow doo-doo. All the way down that path, there was cow and horse doo-doo. So I had to find a place with no cow and horse doo-doo to put up my drone. So think about those really chilled out cows. And then I get out the drone, put it all together, and I put the drone up. And here is the drone shot. What a beautiful place to live. What a beautiful place to see. I mean, I like my view, but I can walk to OXXO. I didn't see any OXXOs in this town. No Walmarts, no fast food, but look at the houses. You can see the town right over there that we were walking through. Gorgeous. Beautiful. But, okay, so the drone is up, but the drone doesn't have audio. All of a sudden, the cows start mooing. Moo, moo, the drone is up. Moo, moo. And then the next thing I know, this is what you see now, right? Watch this. Okay, check this out. All of a sudden, the cows, they start walking around. They get out of the water, wagging their tails. You didn't see any cows moving before. They're mooing. Moo, moo. Look at them walking around. I was thinking about, look at them. I'm thinking, oh no, is this going to look at the big white cow in the middle? He was laying down a couple of minutes ago. And there's me. I thought maybe they were going to have a stampede. I was getting scared. So that drone can go up for like 20. Look at him. Look, the cows are moving. They don't like the drone. The cows don't like the drone. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Oh, so I could have kept this up for 25 minutes, but after about 12 minutes, I was getting freaked out because all of the mellow cows were all of a sudden they wanted to relocate. They were making noises and stuff. I got scared. Bill the Geek got scared, brought the drone down. Yes. Woo, I was scared. Okay. Steve. Oh, yeah. Okay, we got to that. Yeah, beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful lakeside. And Char Williams, thank you so much. I can't wait to see the difference in your videos with new spy glasses. Thank you, Char, very much thanks for the comment, and thank you for donating to the channel. So I'm getting closer and closer to some new spy glasses, a new space heater. Thank you so much. And we have 58 people in the house. We have 33 likes. We have some donations going on. That video, I'm going to put up that video either tomorrow or Monday. Also, I'm going to put up, I've done 3 videos with Rosie. Me and Rosie, we did one video on immigration. Rosie lives here in Morelia. We did an immigration video. We did a finding an apartment video. We did a healthcare video. I have one more segment, and that will be what she does for translation services. I'm going to put that video up this week. I'm going to do a driving through the mountains video this week, as well as this video on Santa Fe de la Laguna this week. Woo! What else is going on? Okay. I've got one more clip. Okay, now. Okay, so we saw my freaky clips of the week. I think that this was pretty freaky. The funeral clip. And this is one of the joys of living in Mexico. You never know what you're going to see. This is one of the joys of living in Mexico, because if you're living in Mexico every day, look at that, guitars playing, cornets and trumpets, people just walking through the middle of the street, stopping all the traffic. Just one of the joys of living in Mexico. When you live in Mexico, you never know what you're going to see. And a real trip, a real experience. After I made my walk to the lake, I walked back this way, and I was going to take the bus back to Morelia, but it was kind of confusing because they didn't have a bus station, and there was a policeman, and I asked the policeman, how do you get the bus back to Morelia? And he said, oh, just stand here on the street and go over there under that tree and the bus will stop. I said, okay. So I walked a couple of blocks and I said, okay, I'll stop here. And then this old guy comes up to me. This guy, of course, he was a Mexican guy. He was older than me, or he looked older than me. And as he talked to me, I was looking at his mouth. He had like 3 teeth in his mouth. And he comes up to me. He says, oh, no, go over there. You can catch the bus to Morelia over there, in Spanish. And apparently he had heard me asking the police officer He could see that I was not going to the right place to get the bus, but he tracked me down so that he could help me get to the right spot. So I'm on the street. I'm on the main drag in Santa Fe de la Laguna. It's Tuesday. I'm going to say it's like Tuesday around 1:30 in the afternoon. I already saw a funeral. I was already in the middle of a cattle stampede that almost killed me. And then Tuesday at 1:30 on the main drag, while I'm waiting on the bus, this happens. So, okay, I see the police car in the front. I have no clue what's going on. They're flashing their lights. They got their sirens going on. Then they got this car. They got a couple of motorcycles and another motorcycle. You know, I don't know. What is this, another funeral? Ends up, it's like some kind of bicycle thing going on Tuesday at 1:30 in the afternoon. And these are bicyclers from all over Mexico. And even they have bicyclers from Santa Fe de la Laguna. And you want to watch very closely here, because after all of these bicyclers go through, then the bicyclers from this town are going to join in. Look at all these guys. Look at all these guys from all over. Here come the guys from this town joining in. They must go from town to town to town and do that. Woo! The joys of living in Mexico. You never know what you are going to see. In my notes, I met a taxi driver. I really love taking taxis because I learned so much from the taxi driver here, especially coming back. After I take a trip, I go to the bus station, then I get a DD from the bus station back to my apartment. So one day I had Jose as a taxi driver, and he had lived in the United States. He lived in Houston for 20 years. He was a chef. He was funny. And he spoke English, but he got deported. I said, well, why did you get deported? He said, oh, Donald Trump. I have met a lot of Mexicans that lived in the United States for several years and got deported. Okay. You talk to them, you'll meet them. If you talk to a Mexican, they say, oh yeah, I used to live in California. I used to live in Texas. Well, why are you back? I'm going to say 25% of them are going to say, I got deported. Okay. But that was an interesting conversation. Then this week, I was coming back from downtown. No, I was headed to the bus station. I was headed somewhere. I had a different taxi driver. What was this guy's name? I forget his name, but he was a younger guy. I got to talking to him. He spoke fluent English. I mean, his English was perfect. And we got to talking. And he's driving for DD. He told me he's 25 years old. He's getting his engineering degree in college. He was very friendly. He talked about his family's business. He has one brother that lives in California, another brother that live here in Morelia. His parents live here in Morelia. Their family business is buying and selling real estate and renting it out. And he says, but I'm going to college. I have about 6 more months to go. And he's trying to figure out, does he want to live in the United States? Does he want to live in Mexico? Does he want to live in Turkey? I've been to Turkey. I love Turkey. He doesn't speak Turkish. And then as we got closer and closer to my apartment, the guy says, well, I just hope I'm not wasting my time. I hope I'm not wasting my time going to college. And I told him, I said, dude, well, you're 25, you're young, you're doing exactly what you should be doing. You're going to school, because when I was going to grad school, I had like 3 jobs. I was poor. My apartment was roach infested, but I didn't care. You know, I loved doing my graduate degree, and I didn't mind living with roaches and waiting tables and picking up garbage. And I had a neighbor as I was going to grad school, and his name was Michael Galbraith. And for those who know any Ohio history, a very wealthy family in Columbus, Ohio is the Galbraith family. I mean, extremely mega wealthy. They were friends with the Queen of England at the time. They owned half of Columbus, Ohio. And he was one of their grandchildren or something. But the problem with Michael Galbraith was, and he was older than me. At this point, I was maybe 25 years old. I think he was like 35, 40 years old, lived next door. And what happened to Michael was, when he was born, his mother's vagina crushed his forehead in. So if you look, he had a forehead that had a big dome at the top, and then if he turned his head from the side, his head went like this, then it had a thingy up here and went down. Some people would say he looked like the freak of the week. And he was a very good friend, and people would assault him for the way he looked. But the Galbraith family, they pushed him away from the family. I mean, they did pretty much because of the way he looked. They pushed him out of the family. And I was a very good friend of his. We used to work out together, do all kinds of things together. And I'm going through grad school. He was working like 7-Eleven from midnight to 8. And as I'm going through grad school, he told me, Bill, you're poor right now, but don't worry about it, because everything will always be there. Everything will always be there. So as I was talking to this young 25-year-old taxi driver, I didn't tell him the story of Michael Galbraith, but I remembered what Michael Galbraith told me. And I told him, dude, you're young, you're going to school, you don't have any kids, you're not getting married, doing stupid stuff. And everything you see, all the cars and the houses and all the women and all that kind of stuff, they will always be there. And you are not wasting your time. You're doing just what you should be doing. But that's so cool. That's another joy of living in Mexico. And that's just talking to the taxi drivers, talking to all the people. I've had so much wonderful experiences. Okay, so I've got a couple of more things on my list. Let's go over here and see. Yeah. Hey, Bill, my fellow Buckeye, your channel was my first time donating on YouTube. Yeah, thank you so much for your donating to the channel. It's interesting how animals can sense something foreign in their environment. Love your channel. Yeah, thank you so much. Your contribution to the channel will be wisely used. Thank you so much, Buckeyes, and go Buckeyes this afternoon. Rusty Hill, a lot of these cathedrals were not made by Spanish people. In the town I live in, most of the cathedrals were made by Italians 500 years ago, when this was the first original Spanish colony of Guatemala. A lot of history. There's so much history. Good morning, Bill Senior, Mexico, 1968. Joining Bill from Morelia. Joining late, always great to see you, Senor Mexico. Thanks for coming and sharing. In the plateau I live on, the Spanish harvested all the cedar trees. After that, Italians looking for amber came, and it was their ancestors. There's a lot of history here in Mexico. A lot of history. History is very awesome. So another thing in my notes is I mean, I love Mexico a lot. And I feel happy every day that I'm here. I'm just happy. Like when I get off the air here, I got my grocery list right here. I'm going to go pick up some avocados, some chicken, get some razor blades, some cheese, some garlic cloves and stuff like that. It's going to be a wonderful walk there, get a taxi back, come back here, edit some videos for later this week. But it works for me. But I think I'm happy because I just have a lot to do. I stay busy. Somebody asked me this week, are you busy? Yeah, I fill up my time. I'm doing stuff. But I wrote down over here that Mexico might not just make you happy. And I know a couple of Americans that have come down here, more than a couple, that have come down here and they were just not happy at all. And they left. But I think that in their situations, it's because they hung out with expats and they got in arguments with expats, and then they left Mexico. They were pissed at Mexico because they hung out with expats, and the expats pissed them off and ran them out of the country. Yeah, so I told somebody this week I kind of avoid expats. Okay, now. And a note that I have here. It is an election, so we all want to vote, and we want to vote blue because we definitely do not want Donald Trump in the White House. And with the hurricanes that we've had this week, Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene say that the Democrats control the weather and they created the hurricanes to hurt people that were going to vote for Donald Trump. Okay, right on. Okay. Yeah, we do not want that in the White House at all. So this vote is make sure that all of our families and friends vote for Kamala Harris so that everything is cool, so that everything is good. Keep the orange man, the diaper man, Diaper Don, keep Diaper Don out of the White House. And there are a lot of wonderful expats down here, but I avoid all groups. I'm just Bill the Geek. Yeah, I get on the bus. I'm going to get on a bus, go somewhere, take some video, shoot the video, come back here next Saturday, show you the video. But I avoid expats altogether pretty much. Please don't include me in the blue crowd, in the vote blue crowd. Hey, you got to do what you ought to do, and we all have freedom of choice. Travel Spanish with Claire. The Democrats control the way. Yeah. All you have to do is go to the Huffington Post, the Washington Post, CNN. Check it out from in the last 48 hours. Yes, that's what they say. No, that is not what they said. They said there are not aiding the NC people because they are Trump voters. Stop promoting. Nope. I'm just doing real quotes from several sources, and I did quote Marjorie Taylor Greene precisely on that, being a Dartmouth College graduate and with a master's degree from the Ohio State University, unlike Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene. I actually substantiate my information that I broadcast. So, but anyway, other than that, everything is really cool down here. Let's see. I did meet a wonderful new expat neighbor yesterday, and beautiful woman, and married with 4 kids, beautiful, bubbly, happy, from Iowa, and her husband is from Alabama. I'm not sure what they do here, but they live in a nice part of Morelia. They're working. They must be maybe 35, 36 years old. And what I have not said in this broadcast is, if you're young, move to Mexico. It's a wonderful environment. There's a lot of freedom going on down here. Your dollar goes a lot further. And I'm glad I came 20 years ago. So many expats moved down here. And they come down here when they retire. They're 65. I came down here, I was 45 years old. That's 20 years I've had just to enjoy being youthful and to take advantage of this fine economy and to be free and open-minded. I love it. I love it. Yep. Okay. Good luck with that. Yeah, good luck. If Donald Trump, who wants to be a dictator for a day, and all of his cronies, the 3 in the Supreme Court who support him, that's crazy. We cannot promote a dictator in the White House. I'm not going for that. No, we cannot do that. Okay, and this is not false information. These are truths. So that's just the way it is. Okay, now, I saw something pop up, but it went away. So that's about all I got. And yeah, I am a liberal. I am asking everyone to vote blue. We do not want Donald Trump in the White House and his Republican cronies. That's why the Republicans have turned on him. They want him. They want Diaper Don out. That's all I can say. Okay, now, the Mexican peso exchange went down on the weekly chart, minus 19%. It could. I'm hoping it goes that way. I checked this morning and it was at 19.25 this morning. Let's go ahead and get that back to 20.15 so that my rent goes down to less than $400 a month. And as of this morning, Jade, you can see my kitchen there. I got this great view of the city, fully furnished, 1 bathroom, 2 baths. I'm going to use 1 bath at a time, but sometimes it's nice to have 2. So I've got this great view of the city. I've got a great location, and I'm paying, as of today, I'm paying $461 a month. Yeah, that'll work. $461 a month. My neighbors are all Mexicans. They're all professionals. They're driving BMWs and Audis. Very friendly people. No loud music at night for $461 a month. And that's why I say, if you're young and you're working online and you have an open mind and you want to get and like you're living in a place like somewhere where people have small minds, come on down to Mexico, make new friends, save money, work online. I know a lady, she lives in Mazatlan. She is about 48 years old. She's a counselor, family counselor. She makes $150 an hour. She has 2 teenage kids. So she makes about $9,000 a month. That's crazy money. That's crazy money. Oh, that's crazy money. Yeah, no, I'm informed. I know, Rusty, I'm informed, far from ignorant. And on my broadcast, I will never call, other than Diaper Don, I'll call Diaper Don's just ignorant. Diaper Don would tell you he's never read a book. And by the way, Diaper Don, he's selling Bibles. He's got a $60 Bible. He had the Bibles made in China, right? So he's selling the Bibles for $60. He had them made in China for $3 each. But for all of his fans, he sells his $3 Bibles that he had made in China for $60. But he's got to pay for all those lawsuits and everything. You are funny while speaking truths. Have a wonderful week. Thank you. Yeah, and go Buckeyes. Go Buckeyes. And vote blue. Get rid of that Donald Trump. It's time for him and his criminal. I mean, what? He has 32 felonies. He's an adjudicated rapist. He has 27 women who say that they have groped him. If I was running for president, after I groped 1 or 2 women, I couldn't be president. That would be it. That's funny. Okay, Char Williams. Say what you have to say, Bill. Thank you for it, and thank you, Char Williams, for letting me know I'm not the only one who is not crazy, because I ain't letting that stuff happen. And it's like Obama said this week. Obama said, since when is it okay to be like that and be the president? No, I don't think so, man. I just don't think so. I just don't think so. Get these bigots out of the White House and out of the Congress. Get them out of the Senate. These sexist, all these white men want to control all the women's bodies. You don't see, I mean, you got all these white men on the Senate, white men in the Congress saying, no, you cannot control your body. I control your body. Oh, we 3 members, Clarence Thomas and Alito, we control your body. Donald Trump, I control your body. No, you women cannot control your body. No, we control your body. No, man, it's time for that to go. And all the immigrants, they want to get rid of all the immigrants. I bet they don't get rid of Melania Trump, who got the Genius Award. She got a Genius visa. Donald Trump got her a Genius visa. I never heard of a Genius visa, but Melania Trump has one, right? That's funny. Oh, yeah. Oh, and the United States needs immigrants. They need millions of immigrants to do all the jobs that Americans don't want to do, like out in the fields. And so you get millions of immigrants come to the United States, work hard, open bank accounts, send their kids to high schools and colleges, buy houses. Immigrants make America. Immigration, people make American great. Yeah, there you, and yeah, just said it all. Don't vote for that. No. Yeah, and this is the beauty of having your own YouTube channel. I can speak the truth. I watch news like 4 or 5 hours a day. I can't help myself. But, I grew up you guys knew how I grew up with the Ku Klux Klan, a quarter of a mile away. And the Ku Klux Klan said, oh, black people are stupid. Black people are inferior. Black people can't come to our swimming pool. Black people can't date our little white girls, or we will kill you. We will shoot you. We will hang you. No, I went to an Ivy League college. Most of the people that I went to high school with, they didn't even know what a Ivy League school was. They're still in Ohio, in the Ku Klux Klan. No. So when I hear bigotry and sexism and misogyny, I have to look at it and call it. And when I see ignorance, I just have to call it for what it is, because if I believed in ignorance, I wouldn't have been studying to get straight A's so I could go to an Ivy League school, so that I could get a master's degree, so that I could be free, and so that I could look at ignorance, acknowledge it, and expose it for what it is. Because if you don't expose ignorance, someone asked me this week, they said, I was thinking, what happened to Germany before World War II? And why did all those Germans just let that happen? Well, that's what's going on in the United States with the MAGA movement. Those people are crazy, man. And and ignorance does not mean stupidity. It just means uninformed, and they won't inform themselves. So whatever. I saw that Wall said Trump didn't know his version of the Holy Bible was made in China because that info was inside the Holy Bible. That's funny. That's funny. And Trump never opens the Holy Bible and read inside. That's funny. Don't vote for the orange. Thank you very much. The KKK were the first in church mass. And yes, they were. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Ray Garcia, the orange man, redneck, is very racist. Yes, there you go, man. I didn't say it. Ray Ricardo and the Buck Stop here, I didn't say it, but I would. Yeah, man. So get out, vote blue. We only have a few more weeks to come, and I think I got to do some more Bill the Geek Unleashed videos. Is my duty. Char Williams, you have to start an Unleashed channel so you can speak more on this separate from the joys of Mexico. Thank you, Char Williams. But you know what? I don't think that we should have to separate, because one thing that I have to say that I don't bring up very much is one of the biggest joys of living in Mexico is not being around mega people. I mean, if you're in the United States, like 45% of the people that you see every day are going to vote for Donald Trump, and they're going to vote. And when you vote for Donald Trump, that is a voice for bigotry, racism, misogyny, and hate. And one of the joys of living in Mexico is just being around Mexican people that aren't into that. You know, that is, I'm going to say, that is the biggest joy of living in Mexico. That's the big joy of living in Mexico, being away from bigotry. But if you are a bigot, you would never understand that. Or if you are not a person who is affected by bigotry in the United States, then you would vote for Donald Trump because you can't understand bigotry. So, okay, so I've said it and I'll continue to say it. And it needs to be said. Maybe people will understand one day. And I must, I'm going down the road. But I remember I was going to grad school and I was poor and I was driving my girlfriend's Century. It was a Buick Century. I was poor. It was a hot day. And the Buick Century, it was a big gas guzzler. And it was hot. It was hot. It didn't have air conditioning. And I was maybe 5 blocks from Ohio State in a poor neighborhood, like 1 o'clock, August, really hot, no air. I'm in the car, I'm listening to the radio. And for some reason, the radio station was playing Martin Luther King, the I Have a Dream speech. I don't know why. And I flipped to the channel. He was talking, blue, 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 blue. And this is like 40 years ago or something. And then Martin Luther King, he's saying, and one day I have a dream that little young black boys and young black children and young white children will hold hands and walk down the street together. And I looked in front of my car. I was at a red light, and here come these, it was like 30 little first and second grade white kids and black kids. These were white kids and black kids, first graders, second graders, 30 of them walking right in front of my car, just like what Martin Luther King was talking about. I mean, that's what America should be all about: inclusive, people together, people all about love. And anybody that's not talking about love, F them. Yeah, F them. If you don't know what F means, I can't say it because I get banned from YouTube. But if you're not talking about love and unity and growth for everyone, then just leave me alone. Yes. All right. Senor Mexico voting for the Orange Monsters. A vote for there. That's what I'm talking about. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your appreciation with your pocketbook. Thank you so much. I feel like you are a man who protects others. Thank you so much. Yeah. And going back to what Charles said, should I open a separate channel to say this? No, I'm just me. This is me. I have this channel because I like making these videos. I love Mexico. This is just a part of me. And if you don't like me, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Dominique, the biggest joy of living in Mexico is escaping hatred for anyone that isn't a white male. Oh, and the truth comes out now. Hey, yeah, white males don't understand. Yeah, some black males. There are black males who are going to vote for Donald Trump. What are they, crazy? You got to be crazy. Charles Williams, not to separate, just to have more time. Thank you so much. But I'm with you in whatever you do. Thank you so much. And Nancy Trevino, you are speaking the truth. Vote blue. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've got to talk about it. It's in my blood. I got to talk about it. Thank you so much. Axel Foley, I dropped off my ballot yesterday. My entire house is voting blue. Trump is a hypocrite. Instead of reading the Bible and doing what he says, he does the opposite. The man is a liar and a racist. Woo! Axel, tell us how you really feel. Ricardo, is it Mexico nicer than USA, Bill? More freedom? I feel very free here. I feel free and loved. I feel free and loved here. I take these trips. I take these trips, and strangers are so kind and wonderful. Let me go back to a clip here. Let me go back to one of these clips. Now I remember something that I did not say. Okay, come on. Oh, come on. Where is that? One, to the bus station, the bus drive. Oh, okay, right here. Watch this. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there I am. I'm the only seat on the bus. It has one seat, but look at the couple. Look at the three people behind me. So it's me, the three people behind me. Okay. Now, the funny thing about Mexico is you can see like hardly anybody is on the bus. But then more people started to get on the bus. And whenever everybody that got on the bus would look at me and the three people behind me in the next row, and they would say, Buenos dias. Buenos dias. And we're all strangers. Strangers are getting on the bus. They're looking at the first four or five people on the bus, and they're saying, hi, how you doing? Hi, how you doing? I mean, there's so much of Mexico that is like that, and it's all around, everywhere, all of the time. And that's another one of that's another one of the joys of living in Mexico. All of the love and joy that is expressed here much of the time. Okay, well, we've been at it for about 11 and 2 hours and 12 minutes now. I got my vote stuff out. I think I am going to do some Bill the Geek Unleashed votes. We got about 25 days to the election. A lot more needs to be said. We have to make sure that we clean out the Congress, clean up the Senate as much as we can, but certainly get Donald Trump out of the White House. Yeah. And let's see what's talking about. Love feels better than hate. A kiss on the cheek feels better than a fist to the jaw. Very good. Women, children, animals, we must stand for those who cannot for themselves. Love thy neighbor. Yes. Yeah, and that's what it's all about. That's just like Rodney King said, can't we all get along? Yes. Can't we all get along? Okay, well, I'm getting ready to head. Oh, I'm getting ready to head. I'm getting ready to head to the grocery store. I'm gonna get me some food to eat. Maybe maybe I'll get a space heater. I don't know. But this Saturday for me, when I shut off this broadcast, that means that this is like Friday afternoon for me. Everybody, have a great week. Be safe. Thank you, Charles Williams. Thank you for your words of wisdom. Be safe and see you next weekend. Thank you so much. So I'm getting ready to do what Michael Jackson always talked about doing, and that is beat it. I'm getting ready to beat it. I'm Bill the Geek, and this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico, on the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. We talk about the joys of living in Mexico, and sometimes we talk about the joys of not living in the United States. So all I can say to everyone is thanks for joining us today. Thanks for clicking that. Thanks for just watching. Thanks for clicking that like button. Thank you for donating to the channel. So all I can say is adios, hasta luego, and que te vaya bien. Thank you very much. Love you all. Adios.